Hello and welcome to another episode of Walking Movies. I'm Nick. It would be funny if somebody else appeared on here and it wasn't me. That'd be a bit random. This is day 2 of birthday week, 39 and 364 days today, years old. And today I'm going to see the film that I've anticipated the most for this birthday week, and that is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, the 7th instalment of the Mission Impossible franchise. I last night watched Fallout again, and I think that was the third or fourth time I'd seen it, and it'd been the first time I'd seen it in quite a while, and it's so good, so good. There were bits that I'd forgotten that were just excellent, and yeah, it really made me look forward to seeing this today. Tom Cruise is back, as is the rest of the crew, with Hayley Atwell and Pom Klementieff, I want to say, is also in this instalment as well. I see Hayley Atwell in many things, so good to see it pop up in this. Yeah, I'm just really excited for it. I love the Mission Impossible franchise. I remember going to see the first film 27 years ago now, that summer of '96, and I remember enjoying it, but I don't think I really appreciated it as a 13-year-old as much as I would do with later instalments. I even, when it came out, really enjoyed Mission Impossible 2, but I haven't seen that one in a long time. But I don't think anyone predicted back then that this franchise would still be going now, all these years on. It's incredible. And the first of a two-parter. Who knows, is this the end for Ethan Hunt? Are we on the road to the end of this franchise? I don't know. But I'm excited to see what they come up with. I also saw the other week, I saw Asteroid City, and I had planned to do a Walking Movies. In fact, I recorded an intro for an episode that never got released because I felt so conflicted leaving the film, and I thought, okay, well, give it time to digest and I'll record something. And I never got around to it. I'll give you a quick review on it. Like, it's probably the most beautiful film I'll see this year in terms of how it looked, how it was shot, everything like that. But the actual story and how it was done left me feeling cold. That's it. So I didn't enjoy it anywhere near as much as I'd hoped or expected. I would still probably give it a 6 out of 10. No, maybe a 7 out of 10. Because I mean, I still say it's worthwhile seeing, but I just did not enjoy it as much as I enjoy Wes Anderson films in general. So that's it. It's hot, the hair is curly. It's also got wingtips because I was wearing sunglasses. It's not how it looked when I left the house, I promise you. But yeah, I'm just stoked to see this film. I hope it lives up to, admittedly, my high expectations. So I will leave you with this intro, and I'll come back to you. It'll be dark because this film, I think, is about 2.5 hours long, so I won't be getting out of the cinema till quite late tonight, about 11 o'clock. I'll let you know my thoughts of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Right. Okay, look, you can see how bad my video is because of how dark it is now. I mean, it's under some light, but the quality is not great. So I will give you my thoughts when I get home and I can record under proper light, because I don't want you sitting through this for a few minutes. Okay, so I'm now home and had time to digest the film. it's going to be very hard for a film, I think, to beat that in terms of being a summer blockbuster. It was everything I wanted and more. Just, I love these films so much, and what I don't understand is how they keep raising the bar every time. It's incredible. I just don't know how they do it. I mean, it's not perfect. Very few films are, and I would say, having just watched Fallout, I think that might still be my favourite, but that doesn't kind of knock down my enjoyment of this film at all. Like, it had a very high bar to clear, and it did clear it, and I think that's the kind of the key thing. What else can you say about a Mission Impossible film? They're just incredible. And I can't believe that Tom Cruise at his age is able to do the stuff that he does. And it was quite polarising, really, in the fact that just yesterday I saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and this, in terms of what it is trying to achieve and what it's able to achieve, the two films couldn't be more different in their execution of them. And yeah, I know Harrison Ford, in his 80s now, shouldn't be doing stuff like this, but still, like, the difference between the two films is incredible. If you don't like Mission Impossible films, what are you listening to this for anyway? But I'm hoping that you do, and that really, what this is going to give you is just that nudge into making sure that you definitely see this film. I already can't wait to watch it again. The things that I really liked about this film, I thought the script was excellent. I thought the story itself was a fresh take for the series, very relevant to the world that we live in now, and really well done. Like, full of twists and turns, and I just didn't know where it was going to go next. Again, the stunt work is just incredible. I don't know where they come up with the ideas or why Tom Cruise insists on doing the stuff that he does, but thank you for doing that. And also, I did really enjoy the tension. Like, every time I thought it was going in one direction, or I thought I knew what was going to happen next, something else happened. And there were times when I was really like, how are they going to get out of this? Like, it was just so well done. And I had some predictions going into the film about what some things that might happen, and I kind of guessed those right, which smug me likes. But I don't think it was predictable or obvious. But yeah, I liked the way that they did do stuff. A few things that I didn't like. So Hayley Atwell's character of Grace, I was really confused as to why Ethan Hunt was willing to give her so many opportunities. I didn't find her character that likeable, and it's very hard in a film series that's as long running as this, when you introduce new characters, to how they fit in. And I wasn't completely won over by that particular character, so that was one of the things that I wasn't that keen on. Also, she puts back the stereotype of wound drivers back decades with her exploits in this film. And the only other negative is it was a part one. Now, it's ridiculous for me to say that, because of how much I enjoyed Across the Spider-Verse, and that was a part one. But I want to see part two now so bad. And it's long. It is a long film. I think it was 2 hours 40, maybe. Around 2.5 to just over 2.5 hours. I wasn't bored, but it is a long film. So I know people aren't keen on that. I might prefer to watch it when it hits streaming or something. But I would say you need to go and see this as soon as possible on the biggest screen you can. I don't know why I didn't go and see it in IMAX, but I didn't. However, I did see it on the biggest normal screen that they've got, which is a very big screen, and it looks incredible. In fact, I would actually say that I actually wonder if I would have found the IMAX experience to be too overwhelming because of how things are shot, the scale of some of the stunts. If you suffer with vertigo or things like that, then that's definitely not the film to see in IMAX. But yeah, go and see it on the biggest screen you can as soon as possible. I can't recommend it enough. It's a 9.5 out of 10. It's an almost perfect film, and I know that we are just weeks away from the Oppenheimer Barbie double bill spectacular. But those films have got a big mountain to climb now. I think in terms of how much how I'm going to compare those films in terms of enjoyment, I don't know. But yeah, they absolutely nailed this film. I'm so happy that they did, because I did have high expectations, but it absolutely exceeded them. So go and see Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and hurry up with Part 2, guys. I think they filmed them back to back. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure the plan originally was to release Part 2 next year. I hope that's the case, because I want to see this film immediately. And that's it. That's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching or listening, if you listen to the podcast. And I'll be back. I'm planning to be back with another episode tomorrow when I go and see Elemental. So I've got a ticket booked. I'm hoping to go. If not, that might come later in the week, but hopefully that will be the last film this week. But until next time, as always, Flynn lives.